We continue to track that big story of the surgical strikes across the line of control. Joining us now is Rajya Sabha Member of Parliament for the Bharatiya Janata Party, Dr. Subramanian Swamy. Thanks very much, Dr. Swamy, for being with us here on CNN News 18. This is something that you've been advocating as well, surgical strikes against Pakistan, initial reaction to the government's actions.
Well, I think this is the beginning. It has to be a graded response because we have to undo so many other things which have happened in the past 10 years, which has caused a great deal of lethargy at various levels. And the preparation should be such that after this strike, if there's a retaliation, then we should be able to retaliate even better. And the ultimate aim is that Pakistan either has to learn that's a very, very heavy cost that can't be like past time. In the past, where they do want something and then we talk about peace and talks, it is now going to be a damage for them, and they won't be able to bear the cost. That's the thing. That is my understanding, and that my friends in the government keep me apprised of what it is doing. I give them my inputs, and on that basis, I can say this is going to be a decisive part of our history.
And this was a necessary message that had to be delivered to Pakistan in this manner.
In this manner, it is a very mild response, in the sense that we have told them that we are doing only across the line of control, which means our territory.
Yes.
We have just gone into our territory, but ultimately these headquarters of the Jaish-e-Mohammed and Hizbul Mujahideen and these other Islamic organizations, their headquarters have to be damaged.
In fact, that's exactly what I wanted to ask you, Dr. Swamy. Are you satisfied with the operations at the moment? These are limited strikes that we're looking at, limited strikes on 5 to 7 terror launch pads, as we're calling them. Is this where we should limit it, or there should be one step further in this?
We limit it to that, I think, if Pakistan doesn't retaliate. If it retaliates, then of course we'll have to go to other dimensions of our military operations, and that it ultimately may even lead to disintegration or dismemberment of Pakistan.
Right. You know, Dr. Swamy, that's a sense that we've been getting from a lot of BJP leaders who we've spoken to as well. You know, a lot of them are saying that this is simply a trailer and the real film is still, is still left. Is that a narrative that that we need to take note of, sir? Just asking as a citizen of the country.
No, it's not a trailer. I mean, trailer may not be the right word, although I understand what that means. I think it's much more saying that you say you have no control over the terrorists. You say that you take care of your borders. That's what Pakistan tells us. So we are taking care. Now, if you start retaliating on that basis and in support of the terrorists, then of course it will be the whole film and it will not just be a snippet that we are showing to the Pakistan.
And what do you make of the argument that Pakistan continues to give? Essentially what we're looking at, Dr. Swamy, is, Indian forces have acted against terror camps, not against Pakistan per se. And that's something that has been specified by union ministers as well. In fact, Prakash Javadekar also said something to the same line, in the same line. It reduces Pakistan's maneuverability as far as any argument is concerned, Dr. Swamy, isn't it?
Well, see, Pakistan is now universally acknowledged as a crucible for terrorism. Even in America recently, the two bomb attacks in New York and New Jersey had a Pakistan connection.
Yes.
And therefore, Pakistan has to make up his mind whether they're going to own up all this or let us clean up, because we can't allow this pinpricking and bloodletting going on all the time. We have to retaliate. Now we are retaliating not against Pakistan just now, but against the terrorist camps that are there, which Pakistan says that they have no control over. So now Pakistan should support us instead of trying to play obstructionist tactics with us.
That would
if
be
Pakistan
ideal,
continues to obstruct, then of course it will become a war against Pakistan.
And Dr. Swamy,
Sure, I think so, but I think this is well thought out.
Right, right. Dr. Swamy, one final question to you. You know, we were speaking to former diplomats as well, experts who've been joining us time and time again on the show. One person basically said that this essentially what it does is it presses a reset button on Indo-Pak relations. Do you think from this time onwards or from this point onwards, the dynamics will completely change between India and Pakistan? It's going to be a completely different narrative, because my hunch is, and this is a view that perhaps is also shared by, by others. The fact is that, you know, this could perhaps also be temporary, sir.
Well, it certainly means the final end of this hyphenation attempt, which had been going on for last 3-4 decades. Pakistan is not equal to us. Pakistan cannot damage us in any manner that we can do to them. So therefore, India is a pole in a multipolar world, and probably the 3 poles that will emerge in the future will be India, China and the United States. They're kind of a triangular relationship. But Pakistan is just a small player, and they ought to understand that India is too big for them. India has got very far ahead.
Right.
India has made progress in many dimensions, while Pakistan has been wallowing in their Islamic terrorism.
Right.